Hey, this is Dr. Marisa, women's hormone expert, author, and the host of the Essentially You podcast. And today, I want to just flat out acknowledge the vibe that most of us are trying to avoid, but we are already feeling big time. And that is holiday stress. Now, before I jump in, I want to remind you that I'm having a pre-Black Friday sale right now. It's happening right this second with up to 82% off of your favorite products. And I'm announcing a new offer every single day leading up to Black Friday. So stop by my shop, the Essentially Whole store, and see what is already on sale. And be sure to keep your eyes on your inbox for the next offer if you are on my email list. If you're not, let's definitely get you on there. Now, I don't know about you, but I love me some Christmas. Honestly, I love the full holiday experience starting in October. And yet, I can still feel pretty darn triggered during those 3 months. Between planning, shopping, family time, parties, travel, plus all of the day-to-day activities and duties that need to happen, there is a lot to contend with. Not to mention the expectations, people that you may not want to see, and then even past stuff that's come up for you. Maybe there's loss or there is split families, and there's just a lot more nuance and details that you've got to hammer out, especially when it comes to the holidays. Let's be honest, it is no joke. In fact, holiday stress disproportionately affects women because we are often doing the most. We are often the ones sending out the holiday cards. We're often the ones coordinating the fall family photo shoot. We're the ones doing the shopping list. We're the ones creating the parties. We're the ones coordinating with the other family members about who's going where, when they're going to see who. You know what I'm talking about? Like the mental bandwidth that is required of women to put it all together is pretty darn remarkable. Like, honestly, don't ask me to do anything else if you're having me plan the entire holiday season. In fact, not only are we doing the most holiday heavy lifting, but we are trying to keep it all together, right? We're keeping everyone together, all of it together. And we are supposed to be peacekeepers to boot. Now, the recent study by the American Psychological Association even found that women shoulder the majority of the family burden for shopping and holiday celebrations. And we feel particularly stressed from the time Halloween starts to all the way to the end of New Year's Eve. And here's how holiday stress impacts women according to the APA study. 44% of women report their stress increases during the holidays. 69% of women feel stress from a lack of money. 51% of women feel pressure to give or get gifts. 69% of women feel stress from a lack of time to get everything done. 41% of men strongly agree that they feel that they can relax during the holidays, while only 27% of women feel this way. 41% of women eat for comfort during the holidays, right? Stress eating, emotional eating, no surprise there. And women are twice as likely to report that they cook, shop for food, and clean for everyone during the holidays. And add in the family drama, budget constraints, and all the other commitments we agree to, it can quickly become one hot mess that leaves us on the fringe, right? We're more triggered, we're more stressed, we're more edgy because we're just trying to keep it all together. It's the kind of stress that can quickly lead to symptoms like hormone changes, increased symptoms of autoimmune disorders, fatigue and chronic pain, increased anxiety and depression, weight gain, and more. Now, before I knew how to cope with this time of the year, and honestly, I'm still figuring it out. I don't get it perfect all the time. I mean, last year we actually moved during the holidays. Like literally a week before Kingston's birthday, we moved into a new home. It was a massive move. Then the whole family was sick and everyone expected to see him, right, in different locations around California. Like it was such a hot mess. Honestly, my marriage was on the fritz. It was intense. I had fatigue, burnout, brain fog. I mean, all the things that come with too many cortisol dumps. Like my stress response system was on overdrive. I don't know about you, but does this sound familiar? Right? In the short term, stress can be helpful. We know that, right? It keeps us focused, it keeps us alert. But living in a chronic state of chronic stress has horrific damage to our mental and physical well-being. It's like slamming your foot on the gas and the brakes at the very same time. Eventually, your car engine is going to melt, the brakes are going to fail, and we're going to run the car into the ground. But thankfully, There are some proven hacks to avoid this scenario and get through the holidays with way less stress. And here's how. So I've got my full on hacks. And let me just say that the first hack is, right, let it go. Like, be selfish. Now, here's really hack number one. Set an intention for how you want the holidays to be this year. Set a clear intention of what you want the holidays to look like. Where do you want to spend your time? Who is sitting around the table at your meals? What are you guys all eating? What are you talking about or not talking about? Are you dancing to your favorite music? Like, what is it that is going to feel good to you? And whatever it is, I say get super crystal clear, write it down in your journal. Honestly, my self-care journal is so great for this, and it is on sale for Black Friday as well. So if you wanted to get yourself a self-care journal that really sets the tone for you, it is on sale in my store. Next, share your picture with your loved ones so that they can understand where you're coming from. Ask them to paint a picture of what they want to so that you guys can choose to honor everybody. This is one of my favorite things to do is when we're leaving for a holiday trip or even a vacation with family or going somewhere on our own little mini vacation just as our little family. Alex and I talk about what are our non-negotiables? Like what are our expectations? What are our non-negotiables? Where do we think it's going to get a little bit tense and a little bit more of a struggle? And then how can we circumvent those struggles? So for instance, like when we do family trips, we both carve alone time out for ourselves so that we get a little breath of fresh air. And the more that you can build in those expectations and build in like what is like the perfect scenario for you, okay, and what is the perfect scenario for me, how can we build around that so that everybody wins? I think communication is so important here, especially during the holidays where you can feel like you're just so caught up in everybody's wants and needs and expectations that you completely lose yourself in it. But if you can sit down beforehand and be like, okay, here's how I want it to look. Well, these are the things that I really need. And is there any way that we can be checking in to ensure that some of these needs are met? And then let your calendar reflect that, right? Get super clear in your calendar about what those non-negotiables are, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, and then really stick to that so that you protect your sanity, you protect your stress, you protect your health. Number 2, start with a mindset of gratitude. Ooh, this is so powerful. Gratitude is one of the most powerful strategies to literally turn everything right side up. So I say start every season and really every morning with a mindset of gratitude. Be grateful for what you have and the people in your life. Be grateful for the things that you can do, the things that are great about yourself, and all the wonderful experiences you've had or you're going to have. Write down what you're grateful for every single day in your journal. And what you may find is you may be surprised by how simple this shift in perspective can help to reduce stress and anxiety during the holidays. It's probably one of the most powerful hacks you can use. So every day right now, we are waking up and we are sharing what we're grateful for. And then we're punctuating our morning and evening with gratitude. And then we also do it for meals as well. So we try to punctuate our day with gratitude throughout the day because it's so easy to get caught up in the mess of life and then just forget that perspective of just, gosh, how grateful I am that I can even do this, that I can even have this conversation, that I can do this workout, that I can be traveling with my family, whatever the thing is. Hack number 3, create boundaries and stick to them. Remember, you get to decide where you go, how long you stay there, who you invite to your house, and how much money you want to spend. Now, it might feel like your mom, your father-in-law, your second cousin will be calling the shots, but it's actually your call. So set realistic boundaries before it's too late and decide what your limits are for traveling or for hosting guests. Is it 3 nights? Is it 1 night? If you're married, talk to your spouse and create a plan that works for both of you. Where do you draw the line? And let's keep it to that. Hack number 4, focus on what you can control. So there are only 2 things on planet Earth that you can control: your thoughts and your actions. That's it. You can't control what your parents say around the dinner table. You can't control your kids' attitudes. You can't control your partner's attitude, for goodness sakes. So when you choose to let go of what you can't control, you'll automatically reduce the amount of stress in your life by refusing to carry other people's problems, right? We can get ourselves into a tizzy, like overworking in our head, things that we're trying to control, and it's just not serving us. It's just time to surrender to that. And man, it feels so good when we do so. And then hack number 5. Remember to take care of you. That was technically my first hack, but I want to end on a high note. And because it can be so hard to give yourself a break when you feel like you're constantly running in circles and putting others first. It's also easy to fall back into bad habits when you're stressed. So build some quality time that is your time to move your body, to be out in nature, to do your journal, to have your own personal dance party, to sit in a bathtub and soak, whatever it may be, to go off and do a solo shopping trip. Like, commit to your self-care. And again, commit to your holiday goals and your holiday non-negotiables. I actually did a full episode on this last week on, getting clear about what matters to you about your health and your sanity. Get outside, as I mentioned, walk after meals, try yoga or meditation, reduce your sugar intake as much as you can, and always use my blood sugar hacks to get through. This is going to be really big for helping to navigate the holidays with a lot of ease and grace. And then more than anything, be kind to yourself, to others, and remember, it's okay to say no if something doesn't feel in alignment with your intention or your boundaries, because at the end of the day, if it is not a full body yes, well then it is a hell no. You've got this. You've got this, and if you just put a little bit of intention and consideration about your needs and your wants and then express them to people, I'm telling you, it's going to be a much different holiday season. Now, if you're loving these tips today, be sure to subscribe to the show for more easy tips to heal your hormones and upgrade your health. And if you got a second, leave a short review so that we are able to get in front of more incredible women so that we're helping to upgrade their health as well. Until the next episode, have an amazing day.